What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of NBA action here on Friday, January 10th. I'm going to break down every single NBA game tonight. We're going to look at bets on the side and over-under, and make sure to check back on that pinned comment throughout the day to see if there are any changes as injury news and player availability are confirmed. Thursday was a wild day out there in the NBA, guys. We saw the Lakers-Hornets game get postponed. Thoughts and prayers to all the people out there being affected by those fires out in LA. We saw the Raptors come through for us. We had Toronto plus 15.5. They made that a game all the way down the stretch. Eventually ended up losing by 6, but hey, that is an easy cover for us. We'll definitely take that win. The Pistons-Warriors game, bit of a sore subject to me, guys. Feel like we were a bit deceived there by the, injury reports there from the Warriors. Seemed like there was a real chance that Draymond and Steph were both going to not play. Wiggins ended up getting scratched, so that pushed us towards the Pistons, but it ended up Steph and Draymond both played. The Warriors end up getting a 3-point win, so a very close one in that game. A rough shooting night from Steph. Seems like that thumb is really starting to bother him, but on the end of the night, guys, we had Portland plus 7. They came through for us as well, guys. A nice game there by the Blazers. They do end up losing by 6, but hey, we had them plus 7. That's another cover. So a 2-1 day across the board. We'll take that. It was a very odd Thursday out there. Didn't see a ton of value. That is not the case out there today, though, guys. So if you want to win all of your bets today, hit that like button. It's good luck. It shows support for the channel, and all the hard work I put in every single day really helps the channel grow by promoting these videos to more people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. This is the secondary channel. Hopefully we get access back to the main channel here pretty soon. We'll see how that goes. So definitely subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on our daily content. Also, guys, comment below with any bets or anything you're looking at, thinking about, want to ask me about today. I answer every single comment out there. So please, get your comments in there. I'm more than happy to answer them. I get back to every single one of them. As always, guys, our favorite picks will be in the pinned comment down below. Now let's get into our first game here on Friday. We've got the Golden State Warriors playing on back-to-back nights as they go on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers. The Warriors come into this game just like we were talking about, guys, fresh off that 3-point win there against Detroit. Buddy Hield actually having a decent day, scoring 19 points was a big help out there because Steph, like I said, a tough shooting night for him. Seemed like he definitely took another shot to that thumb, which is not feeling very good at this point. He ended up only 5 of 21 from the field. The Warriors as a team did shoot 32% from three-point range, despite Steph being 2 of 14 from deep, so not a good shooting day from him, but we, saw guys like Buddy Hield step up a little bit. Lindy Waters made 3 triples. Santos, guys, chipped in 4 triples. So, yeah, kind of a community effort there by the Warriors. They did a pretty good job. Draymond only 7 points. He did not look great in that game either. So, we'll see what they've got left in the tank here playing on back-to-back nights. Will Wiggins be back? Will Moody be back? We have a lot of question marks about who's going to be available for this game. Obviously, Kuminga not going to be back. Podziemski, guys, he's still been out. He's, dealing with that abdomen injury. We don't know if he's going to be back for this game either, so a lot still up in the air there for the Golden State Warriors, which we probably won't know until 30 minutes before game time if what happened here on Thursday happens again on Friday. So we'll see what happens there with the Warriors. They're going on the road to take on the Pacers, who are now up to 20-18 on the year, fresh off a 4th straight win, a nice 129-113 win there against the Chicago Bulls team that's been looking quite a bit better here recently. So liking what we saw from the Pacers. They've really kind of turned things around this season, and a lot of that success has been due to Halliburton playing quite a bit better. He was off to a horrible start to the season. He's coming off a plus 25 performance. He only had 16 points, but had 13 rebounds as well. Big nights from both Siakam and Thomas Bryant, who was in the starting lineup. He looked really good. 22 points from him in his 28 minutes. The Pacers just kind of dominated this game. Honestly, they had a big rebounding edge. They shot the ball well, but not crazy from 3, like around 35% from three-point range. They were very good, from the field in general, shooting over 50% from the floor. So, yeah, just good stuff across for the board for the Pacers in this game. So, we'll see if they can, keep things rolling here. Obviously, a nice game for them. We do see Halliburton and Miles Turner both on the injury report, so that's a bit of a concern. Halliburton deals with an ankle issue. He's questionable for this game. Right now, it just seems like it's, just a nagging injury. I don't think this is going to keep Halliburton out of this game. He has yet to miss a game with this ankle injury designation, so seems like he'll be out there. Miles Turner, he's dealing with an illness. He didn't play, guys, against, in their last game, I believe it was. Or no, the last time he played it was against Brooklyn. So he might be all right as well. I think there's a very good chance he ends up playing in this game. He didn't play there against Chicago, but that doesn't mean he'll, miss this game as well. So I think he'll be back. I'm very much expecting Miles Turner to be back for this game, and I think he causes a lot of matchup problems for the Warriors, and I think Golden State could be about to rest some guys, because looking at this spread, which is 8 points in favor favor of the Pacers. Seems like the odds makers are in agreement that Golden State could be not at full strength. We got a total of 222. The Warriors 9-7-1 against the spread on the road. They're 1-4 against the spread this season on no rest. They are 8-10 against the spread when they're coming off of a win. The Pacers 7-8-1 against the spread at home, a number that's been getting much better here recently. They are 4-2 against the spread when they have a rest advantage. They're only 8-11 against the spread after a win, but like I said, guys, that's a number that seems like it's starting to improve. So I'm leaning towards the Pacers here at -8. I'm not going to put this one in the pinned comment, or if I do, I'm going to put it with some asterisk because I don't want you to take this until we have more information who's actually playing for the Warriors. In terms of total for this game, 222. If we have both teams at full strength, I will love the over in this game, but I don't think we're going to see full strength here from the Warriors. So that's going to change this quite a bit. Keep an eye on this one. Make sure you're checking on that pinned comment. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going on the road to take on the Orlando Magic in what is going to be a very big night for them as Paolo Banchero comes back from that oblique injury. The Bucks 19-18 on the season. They've won their last 2 in a row, so playing relatively well. A blowout win over the Spurs is definitely a nice look. We've liked what we've seen from the Bucks here down the stretch, guys. It's been a little bit up and down since winning the NBA Cup. It seemed like they, kind of hit some rough spots. They also had, Giannis missing a game here or there, Dame missing a game here or there, and this is definitely not a team that's, built with enough depth that can be missing either one of their best 2 players. But things are looking up. Giannis coming off a nice 25-point game, 16 rebounds in that game and 8 assists. So he's flirting with a triple-double there for sure. Dame had a nice night, very efficient in his 35 minutes, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 26 points there, and the bench played great also. Gary Trent Jr., a +20, 14 points off the pine for him. AJ Green, a +18, 14 points there for Derry Bird. So great stuff there from the Bucks. They shot 45% from 3-point range. They dominated the boards. You can't really ask for too much more than that. They also did a great job of slowing down Wemby. A great night defensively from Giannis, who was really into taking that challenge. So we'll see what the Bucks can do in this one. They come into this game with the typical guys that you expect to see on the injury report on there. Dame on there, Giannis on there, Chris Middleton also on there. Dame, guys, he's dealing with, that, left calf contusion. Seems like he's going to play. He's listed as probable for this game. Giannis, he's dealing with his ongoing, knee concerns. He's probable as well. And Chris Middleton, guys, he's dealing with, his ankles still, coming off of surgery on both ankles. He is also listed as probable. So it seems like the Bucks will have all 3 of their heavy hitters here as they go on the road to take on the Orlando Magic, who are 22-17 on the year. They've just lost a tough game last night, a 104-89 loss against the Timberwolves. But now they're going to have Paolo Banchero back, and we'll see if that revitalizes a team that's been absolutely decimated by injuries this season. In that game against Minnesota, obviously they didn't have any of their heavy hitters. They they don't have any guys. They don't have any guys. Like, what are they supposed to do? KCP 13 points, a -20. Cole Anthony 12 points. Just De Silva, he seems like he's hit a little bit of a wall here, only 6 points. It was brutal out there. They don't have any guys. Getting Paolo Banchero back is a huge deal. Will they have Suggs back for this game? That would be a pretty huge deal as well. Suggs, guys, still dealing with that lower back strain. It depends on how he responds to treatment when he's going to be back. I think he's a very long shot to be back for this game. So, seems like it'll be Paolo Banchero back. Will he be on a minutes restriction? I think that's certainly possible in this game. So, looking at the numbers here, the Magic getting 4 points. We've got a total of 210.5. Milwaukee 8-8 against the spread on the road, 3-5 against the spread with a rest advantage, and 8-10 against the spread after a win. Orlando, they're actually still 11-7-1 against the spread at home. They've maintained that as a very good number despite all the injuries. They're 3-4 against the spread on no rest. They're 6-9-1 against the spread after a loss this season. This is a tough spot, guys. My heart really wants to be on the Orlando Magic, but I think my brain is going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks here because they're going to be fully healthy. Orlando's nowhere close to fully healthy. They're going to get closer over the course of the season. They'll get Suggs back unless there's something terribly wrong with his back, and obviously they'll get Franz Wagner back at some point, but just Paolo out there with a bunch of dudes, I don't know if that's going to be enough to beat a Milwaukee Bucks team that looks very focused at the minute. So definitely give me the Bucks here at -4. It's got a chance to end up in the pinned comment. In terms of that over-under of 210.5, it's a Milwaukee Bucks game, guys, so I'm going to be shading here a bit towards that over 210.5, but I don't think that's anywhere close to my favorite play on this game. Next on the docket, we're looking at the New Orleans Pelicans going on the road to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pelicans only 7-31 on the year. They're coming off a 119-100 loss there against the Portland Trail Blazers. yeah, the Pelicans straight up not having a good time. They rested Zion in that game against the Trailblazers. I guess there's really no point in running him out there and, what's going to be a wasted season, but you need this dude to play some basketball at some point, but whatever. We'll see what they can do down the stretch this year. It's not looking very bright, though. That was a tough loss against Portland. I guess we saw CJ McCollum trying to do some positive things. I think he's very live there in the trade market. Dejounte Murray had a nice night. Actually, 20 points, 4 of 18 from the field. They only shot 32% from 3. This is not a team that's really looking like they're going to be winning any games. Maybe if they get fully healthy, they suddenly have Brandon Ingram back and Zion back, things could turn around, but it's looking real rough out there for the Pelicans. In terms of their injury report, it appears Zion, he was just resting that one game. He's going to be back and good to go. Dejounte Murray is on the injury report, though, guys, dealing with that elbow issue. He's questionable in this one, so we don't know if he's going to play. We also don't know, Trey Murphy III, he's on the injury report. We're also worried about Herb Jones. He's dealing with that shoulder issue. He's confirmed as out in this game. And yeah, not having Trey Murphy or Herb Jones is a tough look for this team. Yeah, Trey Murphy confirmed out there with that ankle issue. So not looking ideal there, going on the road here to take on the 76ers, who are only 15-20 on the season. They're coming off a close 109-103 win there over the Wizards. Yeah, got to feel pretty brutal to be playing close games against the Wizards. They obviously had no Embiid in this game. Maxey had a nice night. Yeah, that's for sure. 29 points out there, but only 4 of 13 from the field. Yabusele, 21 points. He's looking like a great pickup, looking a lot better than Paul George for a fraction of the price. So we'll see if they can keep things rolling here. We'll see if they get any of their heavy hitters back. Paul George, he's listed as day-to-day right now. He's apparently probable for this game against the Pelicans, so seems like he's going to be back out there. Hopefully he helps the 76ers, although that's not something that's always a given. Joel Embiid comes into this game, guys. Yeah, he has been ruled out with that foot issue. So not going to be seeing Joel Embiid play basketball once again. Yeah, a foot sprain is now what it's being called. I think it's being called not a very dedicated basketball player. That's what it's starting to look like, guys. The dude never plays. Like, this is bordering on Ben Simmons territory this season. So we'll see what happens here. The 76ers are 4-point favorites playing at home in this one. We've got a total of 221. New Orleans 4-13 against spread on the road. That's an NBA worst road record. They are 11-19 against spread after a loss. The 76ers, though, they're only 4-12 against spread at home. That's an NBA worst mark at home against the spread. They are 5-8-1 against spread after a win. Guys, this depends a lot on the availability of Dejounte Murray. But if we see that he is playing, give me the Pelicans and the points in this one. The 76ers not impressing me. Paul George being added into the lineup does not impress me at all. We just saw the 76ers play a very close game against the Wizards. I think the Pelicans are actually trying hard. I think we're going to see maximum effort from Zion as he tries to, kind of clear his name of the allegations of not being good anymore or needing to be traded or can't make it work or being fat or whatever the deal is going to be, whatever people are complaining about Zion. I think he's out to prove him wrong. I'm expecting a big game from him. So definitely give me a small lean here towards the Pelicans. We need the rest of that injury news. We need to know if Dejounte Murray is playing, but if we can find that out, I think this would be a great spot to take the Pelicans, despite the fact they're playing on the road. Next on the docket, guys, we got the Sacramento Kings going on the road to take on the Boston Celtics. The Kings come into this game 18-19 on the year, but they are riding a 5-game winning streak. They took down the Heat their last time out, and they are playing much better. I wouldn't have thought firing their head coach was going to really help this team, but it seems to have injected some life into them. Not like they've beaten a ton of tough teams. The short-handed Grizzlies, the 76ers, the short-handed Mavs, the Warriors, who have been terrible lately, and then the Heat, who are dealing with a ton of drama their last time out. But that was a good win there. DeRozan, 30 points in the game. We saw lots of good stuff there from Sabonis, a triple-double, a big 20-point triple-double with 18 boards mixed in there. Malik Monk had a big game, and they did all of this without De'Aaron Fox. So very good stuff there from the Sacramento Kings. They seem very locked in and ready to, do everything they can to, right this ship this season. And they've really done that. They're at 18-19. They're going to be okay. They did play a double overtime game their last time out for sure. So maybe fatigue could be a little bit of a concern, but they played this game back on January 6th, and they're going to be playing on the 10th now. So they've had a good amount of time to rest and recover. And looking at the injury report, we see only De'Aaron Fox still on there, guys. He's dealing with that glute issue. He's questionable for this game against the Celtics. So we'll see if he's going to be out there. That's obviously a very big difference maker, guys. He's missed 2 games in a row. There is optimism that he could come back for this game. He did go through practice there on Wednesday. So I'm going to be banking on De'Aaron Fox very likely being back for this game. So we'll see if he's going to be out there, guys, as they take on the Boston Celtics, who are 27-10 on the year. They're fresh off a nice 12-point win there at Denver, so that's got to feel pretty good. Tatum, 29 points in the win, 25 from Porzingis. It's been good to see him play well and stay healthy. Drew Holiday, a nice bounce back, 19 points there. Jaylen Brown, kind of a down night, but, good stats overall, 14 points, 8 boards, 8 assists. So I'm not going to complain about that whatsoever. Still seeing some struggles here from Peyton Pritchard. He's having a hard time finding his shot. The Celtics shot only 34.3% from long range in that game, so that's not really the norm for them. So we'll see what happens in this one, but the Celtics obviously have to feel pretty good coming off of that win, albeit against a Denver Nuggets team that ended up not having Jokic. So not, the most impressive, not the toughest opponent. The Celtics do come into this game fully healthy, so that's a great look for them, but things, they're pretty big favorites in this one, guys. They're pretty big favorites. It's a pretty big number. The Celtics are 10.5-point favorites here. We've got a total of 230. The Sacramento Kings, 8-7 against spread on the road. They are 7-9-1 against spread when they're coming off a win. Boston, 7-12 against the spread at home. So not a very good team against the spread at home. They are 6-19-1 against the spread when they're coming off a win. Guys, we're doing it. We're pushing the button. This is a big bet play. You see that little money bag down there when you check the pinned comment. This is a big bet play. I'm going with the Sacramento Kings here, getting double-digit points on the road. I like the way the Kings are playing. I really think De'Aaron Fox is going to play in this game. I think they've got everything it takes to give the Boston Celtics a real game. It's a little scary doing this against the Celtics because they are a team that could just come out and make half their threes in this game, and that's going to mean like 25 or 30 threes, and they're going to win by 20. But I think the Kings can play good enough defense here. I think they can genuinely keep up here against the Celtics, and I like them to make this a hell of a game, and 10.5 points to be very, very good value. Next on the docket, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder going on the road to take on the New York Knicks. The Thunder come into this game 30-6 on the season, but fresh off a loss, that very, kind of tough, kind of emotional 129-122 loss there at Cleveland. So that was a tough game. One of the biggest, best games of the NBA season so far. An absolute delight to watch them go back and forth for almost that entire game until the Celtics kind of pulled away at the very end. We saw good stuff there from SGA, 31 points from him. He really had to carry the offensive load, though. I mean, Jalen Williams was good as well, 25 points there, 18 from Hartenstein, but it seemed like he did maybe run out of gas a little bit at the end of this game. But when you're the only big man out there and you have to, create and do all kinds of stuff, like, it's a bit rough. I think it's going to be much, much easier for the Thunder once we have Chet Holmgren back out there. So Hartenstein and Chet can, some play together some, and also, rotate a little bit, get Hartenstein's minutes down just a hair, or at least the intensity of his minutes down just a hair. The Thunder shot the ball relatively well from three. Good job at the free throw line. They did struggle on the boards just a little bit, not a terrible amount, and, that's to be expected when you're going against Mobley and, we're going against Jarrett Allen. So liked what we saw from the Thunder, despite the loss in that game. They come into this one very healthy. Still no Caruso, still no Chet Holmgren, but other than that, this team is healthy and ready to go. And they're in a big bounce back spot here as they head to Madison Square Garden to take on the Knicks, who are 25-13 on the year. They just got a much needed 112-98 win there against the Raptors. Yeah, the Knicks have been having a rough time lately. They lost 3 in a row before that, including a 117-107 loss there against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're going to go over that game a little bit here, guys. I mean, obviously a nice win for the Knicks against the Raptors their last time out, but the last time they faced the Thunder, things were a little bit sketchy, guys. I mean, SGA had 33 points. We didn't necessarily love what we saw from Cat in that game. He played 42 minutes, only had 17 points. He did have 22 boards, so not like it was a terrible night, but man, they're playing these guys a ton of minutes, and this bench is looking atrocious. 5 total bench points in the entire game. 8 minutes from Achua, 8 minutes there from Campaign, and 14 minutes from Landry Shamet. Yeah, that was it. 28% from three-point range for the Knicks. They really, really struggled, especially in the second half against this absolutely elite Oklahoma City Thunder defense. So will they be able to shake that in this one? Are we going to see better stuff from guys like Jalen Brunson in this game? Are we going to see Cat, shoot a little bit better here? I don't know, guys. It seems tough. Seems like that length really bothered Brunson. In terms of the injury report here, Miles McBride is a very important factor for me in this game, but it's a big question mark if he's going to play here against the Thunder. It seems like he's very much in danger of missing his 6th consecutive game as he continues to battle that hamstring issue. Cat, guys, he's also on the injury report. He's dealing with a knee. He is questionable for this game, so there's a chance he misses this one as well. Apparently, he's not a huge deal here. It seems kind of unlikely that he would miss this game. So We're going to operate under the impression that Cat's going to play, but Miles McBride is not going to play. The Knicks are getting 2.5 points here at home. We've got a total of 225. The Thunder, 10, 6-1 against spread on the road. They are 2, 3-1 against spread after a loss. Not a big sample size there, guys. They just don't lose any games. The Knicks, 9, 7-1 against spread at home. They are 12, 11-1 against spread after a win. Guys, this isn't quite going to be a big bet, but this is going to be a very high confidence spot. I like the Thunder here to get the bounce back win and cover. They only got to win this game by 3 against a team they already beat by 10 the last time they played. I don't see that much changing here. I love what I'm seeing from the Thunder, and they're going to be extra motivated coming off that tough loss. Give me Oklahoma City to right the ship here, start a new winning streak, and get a comfortable win against the Knicks. Next on the docket, guys, we got the Washington Wizards going on the road to take on the Chicago Bulls. The Wizards come into this game fresh off of keeping it kind of close against the 76ers. A 103-109 loss there for Washington. They're doing a pretty good job of tanking it out this season, not having a great time, holding guys like Kuzma and Jordan Poole out of games as often as they can. Kuzma did have 16 points and 5 rebounds against the 76ers. Like, ooh, yeah, I'm not going to freak out about that. The Wizards managed to lose despite shooting 43% from three-point range. That's pretty impressive, and having a massive edge there on the boards, they still find a way to lose this game. So yeah, Washington continues to be terrible, guys. The injury report, we see Jordan Poole on there listed as out. Sarr is on there listed as day-to-day. Malcolm Brogdon also on there. I think that's somebody they really would love to trade. Poole dealing with that hip issue. He's officially questionable for this game. Seems like he could definitely end up missing this one. Sarr, guys, he's dealing with an illness. He's questionable here, and I think there's a great chance they'll just hold him out of this game as they want to continue to tank. And Brogdon, still dealing with that foot issue. He is officially ruled out for this game. So not going to be the full-strength Wizards as they go on the road here to take on the Bulls, who are 17-20 on the year. They're fresh off of a tough 129-113 loss there at the Pacers. Not great. I mean, they have been trending in a positive direction here for a bit. They're almost to 500. A big game there from Zach LaVine, but he was really just trying to drag this team along. Kobe White, not terrible, 19 points from him, but none of the starters posted a positive plus-minus. Some good numbers coming off the bench. Taylor Horton-Tucker had solid 10 minutes out there. Not bad stuff from Jalen Smith either. As a team, they shot only 34% from three-point range. That's not usually going to get it done for them going up against a team like the Pacers. So we'll see if they can step it up here against probably the worst team in the NBA. We do see a Dosunmu still on the injury report. Other than that, it's a clean injury report, though, so that's great. Dosunmu apparently is going to be ramping up activity, but that does not mean that he's going to be out there on the floor. So, yeah, no clear timetable for his return yet, and once he comes back, he will be on a minutes restriction, so we're not too worried about that. Looking at the numbers here, guys, the Bulls, 11.5-point favorites here playing at home. We've got a total of 240.5. Washington, 5-8-2 against spread on the road. They're 11-15-2 against spread after a loss. The Bulls, 9-9 against spread at home, but 12-7 against the spread after a loss. Guys, I think this is a spot to take the Chicago Bulls to get a blowout win and cover. They're a much better team than the skeleton crew that Washington just played, in terms of the 76ers. So I think the Bulls can open up a big lead in this one and just take over. They can shoot the ball relatively well. They've got some big guys that, Washington's really going to struggle to deal with. Who on the Wizards has, the guts to guard guys like Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, stuff like that. So give me the Bulls here at minus 11.5. I would say even at that very steep number, it has a shot to end up in the pinned comment. Last but not least here, guys, we're looking at the Brooklyn Nets. They're going on the road to take on the Denver Nuggets. The Nets come into this game 13-24 on the season. So, yeah, not exactly killing it. They've lost their last 3 in a row and 6 out of their last 7 as they've started, ship guys out of town and really, really lean into this tank as they try, start a full-on rebuild or continue their full-on rebuild of this franchise. A 113-98 loss to the Pistons the last time out probably doesn't feel amazing. Clowney did have a nice day, not too bad out there for him. Claxton also, was there. He didn't play amazing, but he was there. Just not a very good team once you start to break it down, once you start to lose these guys, and as you continue to hold guys like Cameron Johnson and Cam Thomas out of the starting lineup. Those are your, probably your 2 best scorers. Like, who else is a better scorer here on this Nets team? I mean, I guess Clowney has a case after a big game, but really, guys, they are just very, very aggressively trying to keep their best players out of these games, and it's resulting in the wins that they want. D'Angelo Russell listed as out. Cam Thomas listed as out. Cameron Johnson also listed as out. We'll see what actually happens. Russell, he's officially ruled out for this game with apparently a shin injury. Like, okay, bud. Cam Thomas with his hamstring injury, he is listed as out right now. He hasn't played since back on January 2nd, and he played way too well in that game. So So I would assume they're going to just keep trying to hold him out, which seems pretty messed up to be holding out your best players, but what can you do about it? Cameron Johnson apparently is dealing with an ankle issue. He's been ruled out for this game against the Nuggets. So going to be far from the full strength of Brooklyn Nets as they go on the road here to take on the Nuggets, who are 21-15 on the year. They're coming off a blowout 126-103 win there against the Clippers, who just did not show up in that game. Pretty embarrassing stuff there from the Clippers, to be honest. We saw the Nuggets, they didn't even have Jokic in this game. A big day out there from Jamal Murray. I mean, I guess by his new standards, 21 points, a plus 24, 19 points from Westbrook. He continues to play really, really well and look like a great addition for this team as a squad. Denver shot 48% from three-point range. I bet Jokic was, watching this game on, well, let's be honest, Jokic, there's no way Jokic was watching this game on TV. But Jokic, if he looks at this box score, no way he'll do that either. But if he was, he would probably be a little bit tilted to see them shoot the ball so well without him setting them up for just those perfect passes. So yeah, good stuff from Denver on both ends of the floor in this game. We'll see if they can carry that over to the next one, guys. They come into this one still looking like Aaron Gordon is very likely to be sidelined. He's officially doubtful for this game with that calf issue. So seems like he's coming, closer and closer to getting back out there. So that'll be nice. But yeah, not gonna. I mean, why would you push him to be back out there against the Nets in a game you're a double-digit favorite in? Jokic, he is listed as day-to-day with that illness. He's technically questionable for this game, so need a little bit more, clarity, guys. Yeah, he's, dealing with an illness. We're not even sure what illness it is. We've seen, DeAndre Jordan and Saric both, get an increased role here. We'll see if he comes back. This would be his third straight game to be missed due to an illness, which is definitely a little bit odd. So we'll have to keep a very close eye on the injury report here. The Nuggets are 14.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 223. Brooklyn, 13-6-1 against spread on the road. Those numbers don't matter at all. They were all acquired when this was the team that was actually being allowed to try and win. They are 12-10-1 against spread after a loss. Some more meaningless numbers. Denver, 8-9-1 against spread at home. They are 8-11-1 against spread after a win. To be honest, guys, I can't find a way to like this game. I don't like the Nets. They're terrible. They're not trying to win. They're trying to tank. The Nuggets have to win by 15 points. Do we trust them to have back-to-back hot shooting nights? If you're forcing me to bet this game, and please, for the love of God, do not force me to bet this game, I would be taking the Nets plus 14.5 as long as Jokic doesn't play. If Jokic plays, sure, give me Denver to win this game by 20. But I think he'll probably end up sitting this one out. Why would you rush back to play the Brooklyn Nets? So give me a lean towards the Nets in this one, but please don't make me watch this game. Do not make me bet this game. That's all the games we have for today here on Friday, guys. Hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps get these videos promoted out to more people. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have videos out for every single day here of NFL wildcard action coming up. We'll have a different NFL video for each of those 3 days, so stay tuned. We'll have player props in those videos and all kinds of good stuff. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my NFL leans here coming up. We will see you guys very, very soon here tomorrow for more sports betting action.